Hello guys, welcome back. So in this video, I want us to work on our header. I want us to edit it and to remove whatever we don't need the header. But first, what I want us to work on, I want us to work on our home page slider here. What post will be here, and also I want us to work on our featured post. And lastly, I want us to work on our most popular post here. Now, let's do that. So the first thing we want to do is we want to create a table for the slider, the feature post, also the popular post in our database. So we go to your database. Inside your blog post, we are going to be creating additional three table here. The three table will be for our popular post, the ones that will be here, our featured post, our slider for the home page. Now let's do that. So in the home page, we'll come here after this description. We want to create three files to be added to our table. So three. So you press go. So now the first one we want to create is slider post. We'll just name it slider. Second one we want to create is the featured post. Just name it featured. Third one we want to create is the most popular post. Just name it popular, and it will be the type will be a type of int, and I'm going to make it nullable. That means if it doesn't have if it doesn't have data, it won't give us any error. So now you save it. Now as you can see, we've added our slider, our featured popular post. So now inside your backend, if you click on add post, I want to display the featured. If you are adding your post, I want to display this the slider, the featured, and the slider featured and the popular post here. So it will be a type of check input, like a check button, where if you are adding a particular post and want it to be added to a featured or slider, you can just click check and it will be added to it. Now let me show you how that works. So if you go to your add blog post, yeah, your VS Code, that's your add post page. Let's remove all these ones we don't need. We don't need this now. We don't need this. We don't need all this. Recent post. We don't need this. We don't need this. Sidebar. We don't need it. Blog details page. We need it. So now let's work on our add posts. Now where do we want to add it? We want to add it after our description, as before our photo. So this is our description. This is after our description. So let's add the check button here. Now we'll just write a simple HTML code for the div and the class of OG3. So into the div, we're going to have another div. So the class of this div will be, we can give it MD6. Then we'll have another div, which will be a class of form check. form check. So now into this form check div, now we are going to disable our inputs. That will be the inputs. Type for our input will be form check input. I mean the class for our input, the form check input. We'll have our name. Our name will be what's the field name? What's the field name for the slider? Go to your database. The field name for the slider is slider, so we'll name it slider. Name will be slider. Then our type will be checkbox. Then we'll give it a value of 1. That's all we need to do. Then our label will be a class of form check label. And just copy this. Form check label. And for before will be a flex check default. Name it either. We'll close the label. Now this is all we need to do. Now this is for our slider. Now we have three actually. We have slider, featured, and popular. So we need to duplicate for all of them. We'll copy this, paste it. Now this slider, this will be featured, this will be popular. So the field name for our featured and our popular is what? Field name for our featured is featured. The field name for our popular is popular. So we are going to replace it. So field name for here is featured. Field name for here is popular. So now let's save all and check what we've done. So you save all. Now inside your ad post in your admin page, you refresh here, you are going to see your, after the description, you are going to see your popular, slider, and featured. Let's refresh. As you can see, the type of checkbox, so you can see your slider, popular, and so if you are uploading a post and you want it to appear in the slider, want it to appear in this slider section, all you have to do is just click your slider here. You want it to appear in your featured post section, just click on featured here. You select featured. You also want it to appear in your most popular section, just select most popular here. So how do we make this work? Let's make this work. Our blog post controller. So inside there, the way we stored all the data, our title, slug, long description, and image, we're also going to be storing our slider, featured, and popular So now, how do we store it? We'll store it the same way we store it. What is the the field name from our database? The field name, we have our slider featured and popular. Now slider, then the requested name, our slider is what? Requested name for our slider is, I see, also slider. The next one we have is our featured. The requested name for our featured is what? It's also featured. Copy it, paste it, add your comma. Then the last one we have is popular, and the requested name for popular is what? It's also popular. It's also popular here. You copy it, paste it here, paste it here. So now if we add a post and we select whichever one we want to select, we are going to see that it's going to be added to our database. Now let's save all first. And let's refresh the post. And let's refresh the post. So once you refresh it, let's try and add a post and include any of this data here. As you can see in the database, we check in the database, our slider featured and popular, all of them are all null. So if we check it, if we're adding a post to our database and we check it, and we include it in our database, check it, and include it in our database, it will become one. As you can see, the value we gave it here in our add post, value is one. So it is either one or it's null. Now let's add a post. Come here, come to your admin dashboard, choose a category, choose a post title, just choose a random description, choose a picture, choose this. Now let's add to the three, add slider, popular and feature. Now you submit. As you can see, we've added a new file, but in this case we included the slider and popular. So if we go to your database, let's refresh it. So once we refresh it, this is the new file we just added. As you can see, our slider featured and popular, it has been included. They are both 111. So that's how you'll be able to include your slider, popular and featured post into your database. So now in the next video, I'll be showing you how to also edit it too. So see you in the next video.